Welcome back, listeners, to the Hit Pause Podcast, the podcast where we watch YouTube so you don't have to. This is episode 28. My name's Ayman. I'm here with my glorious host.
Glorious, I am. I'm David.
Well, you're also a bit arrogant too, I think. I mean, who says they're glorious? Jeez, bro.
Somebody who's been called glorious. I don't know what you put on your CV, but...
Remind me not to call you that again.
Glorious David. New YouTube channel coming up.
So this week, we're coming at you with our weeks, what we've been watching. We're coming at you with a little review of a couple YouTube what are we calling it again? YouTube Premium or YouTube Red?
I like
YouTube Originals.
Red. You know, I'm one of those kids back in, 2000 and...
I'm still going to call it YouTube Red.
Yeah, exactly.
The old school.
Yeah, don't let these kids, Fortnite, change who you are.
Yeah, a couple YouTube Originals, which I've been checking out. And, keep listening.
Yeah, I'm going to also talk about Instagram TV, because I've been giving that a try.
Ooh, yeah, the big competitor. Mm-hmm. Come at me. Come at my YouTube.
Don't you dare steal my YouTube.
So, what's up? What you been watching this week?
Well, first thing is I probably mentioned in a podcast before or two that BHAD BHABIE, that I don't know what we call her. She's some rising fame that lies on YouTube.
She's one of those horrible... Isn't she one of those horrible teen YouTubers that just acts like a complete idiot on camera? And
she's a real what's the word? Gangster. You know? But I'll give credit where credit's due. I do like some of her songs. And I was going to buy tickets. She's actually performing tomorrow.
In London?
Yeah, when England are playing. So if anything... so her tickets are sold out. If anything, you'd think they would be available because England have made it on the day she's performing. But no, still can't get tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what's going to happen. People are just going to not turn up.
Yeah, or England are going to show up.
Oh, yeah. Great.
But I do like her music. It's
okay,
alright.
Really?
It's alright. It's good.
I mean, okay. Admittedly, I've listened to like a little clip from a while ago.
You can't just do one clip.
It was like her first song.
Yeah, well, yeah. Never. If we were judged by our first podcast.
I mean, agreed. I'm just saying, that it was pretty trash.
It's because you're not from the ghetto.
But hey, I'm willing to...
You don't know how hard it is.
And you are, David.
Yeah, the grind. From SoundCloud to billboards. That's what I'm about.
I'm willing to try, okay?
Yeah.
You
I'll give you some recommendations.
Okay, send me a song after this. Oh, we'll put one of David's favorite in the link section.
That will be the only link.
In the...
the only thing you need to worry about.
Check the description of wherever you're listening to this.
In terms of what I've been watching, so we talked about Tanner
what did we say?
Tanner
Mon
in the last podcast, and then probably after, because if you realize we kind of do them a day before we release them, sometimes even longer. So the day we released it, Shane, who's one of the... Apparently he's a big YouTuber. I've never heard of him before, but he's got like 18 mil subs.
Yeah,
and he does,
he's doing well, yeah.
Does, I don't know what you call them, like conspiracy type videos apparently. Anyway, he did a 3-episode documentary on Tanner. And Tanner Khan and Tanner herself.
What? He actually did a documentary
It's
thing.
actually for a documentary, and this is YouTube we're talking about, not, not something you can find on TV. But... It is a documentary. I'll give him that.
Because I've seen parts of his video and I've heard about it. Yeah. I didn't realize it was that. I thought it was just him, normal video, just as a friend talking, saying, hey, this is what happened.
Yeah, this is my opinion on all that. But it's just pretty good. He definitely does some investigative work, which is why I can get behind him being a conspiracy theory YouTuber.
Yeah.
But 3 episodes is a lot. And one of them was 48 minutes.
Ooh,
you have to love Tanner to watch that.
Or be so interested in the situation. And let's be honest.
And it's so past. It's so yesterday.
The situation just is not...
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
You would write more of a documentary on, I don't know, Logan Paul's thing in Japan. But anyway, long story short, the ending of the third video trilogy.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Trilogy, if you want to call it. No, I didn't watch the first two.
Right.
There was no way I was going to watch the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
two. I just wanted to know what his final conclusion was.
Uh-huh.
So he does do some good research. So I don't know if you remember, there was a guy called Michael who had white hair, which is funny because, you know, PewDiePie's video of Tanner, he showed a little clip of a mother complaining at one guy saying, "Oh, everyone's like burning in this heat. There's no water. Everyone's tired. People who are paid don't get in, but those who haven't." Basically, she was screaming, and like everyone in the audience, in the crowd, was like, "Yeah, you go, mom. You tell him." So the person she was screaming at apparently is called Michael, and he was actually behind all this. She was like Tanner's advisor.
Well, no. He was her advisor, but he was also like, I think he was with the venue. No.
Yeah,
or he was like an event planner type person.
That's how he introduced himself to Tanner. But he is, I don't think he's a YouTuber, but he's kind of in the same industry. I mean, there's like loads in this Shane's documentary about how he's like uses his parents' money to try and reinvest. And apparently he's got a company which is called Good Time. Whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the funny thing about the ending of this conspiracy is all the stuff that she put money towards this, and the insurance was kind of on Good Time. So in terms of giving refunds back to the fans, she can't unless Good Time, aka just Michael, agrees to. And I don't think he's actually done it, which is the sad part of the end. Is Tanner, not that, you know, I fully respect her after this mistake, but she's actually like, her hands are tied. She can't give the money back to those.
Yeah, but she did say, even if it's out of my own pocket.
Yeah. But still, she shouldn't be, because the money's being tied up with one guy who's just not
Jesus. Yeah, you've got to take that with a pinch of salt, though, because Shane is very good friends with her.
Yeah, so that's the thing. My pro and negative with this thing is he's kind of biased. Yeah, because he's
at the end of the day, like, the event planner screwed up, but Tanner screwed up as well.
Yeah.
Like it's more her fault.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good footage in the documentary, and you can see her be like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Like, I know, you know, someone is in charge, but you oversee him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got your name on it.
Yeah.
But whatever. So yeah, it was just funny to see how Michael signed a bunch of contracts where he shouldn't. He was like, literally said, this place can only have 1,000 people. Signed by Michael. That's like plain and simple there in your face. So yeah, I watched that.
There was even video of them saying, you know, the venue can only hold 1,000, but we've sold 3,000 tickets. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, we'll sort it out.
Yeah.
What else? So this is weird. I never really watch a advert on YouTube. Like, you know, like on your home screen, it just puts on the top.
It puts on the top. Well, I have YouTube Premium.
So they actually take that off.
Yeah, there's no ads on it.
I get that, but then it's like now you actually miss out on videos. Well, I suppose the majority of people don't want ads. But anyway, I clicked on this because I was actually curious. Since I'm buying a house, there's this thing called Nest Doorbell.
Yeah.
Which apparently is popular, and there's so many things of that already.
There's another one that's more like established or has been around longer.
Yeah. This is not a new idea.
No.
So basically, it's just a thing that you put on your door, and it has a camera. And if I'm like, I don't know, UPS, I just press it. I see, I put my face in the camera. I say what it is, and it's like an automated robot voice that will say, "Place it here."
Yeah, you like place it here, or you can actually speak. You can actually speak to it directly as well.
And cool. So what I love about this video is the comment section on like, this isn't worth the money. Look how silly it is. And I put a comment. It's actually getting me a lot of like,
I've seen
replies.
I saw a comment.
Oh, really? It's like, I just don't get how, my favorite comment on it is like, basically this shouldn't be worth the money. 2, where's the link? Like, there's no link to actually.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know, that kind of technology, that can get stolen, right? Because it's just on the door.
Seems it's worth £300.
Exactly.
And like, admittedly, I guess it's screwed on there, but just go on and screw it. But I suppose the deterrent is that you're on camera whilst you're doing it.
Fair enough.
But I mean, just, you know, you could literally walk backwards up to the house, put your hand over the camera, and then
And
freaking
then
rip
just
it
grab
off
it,
and
no
go.
one would know. It's like those movies you watch where, I don't know, you know, like see a jail cell and like the bars are so big that someone could actually walk through, but the movie makes it like, oh, he's trapped there. Like there's ways around it, but I would not pay money with that risk.
Yeah, it costs too much. Like,
But it's nice to see the comment section with like some sense.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was pretty fun to do.
Yeah, they must. I mean, God, can you imagine like making an ad and then just getting ripped apart in the comments section?
Yeah, because
and you're
there's
like,
definitely a guy who's looking at it like, damn, did we make a mistake here?
Yeah, yeah.
and
And
normally, as an ad, because you paid Google for this to be featured, you're gonna like...
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, that was my Google Home in the background. Shut up, Google!
Stop listening to the podcast.
I pulled the plug.
Now what was I saying? Oh yeah, so basically, if you are paying Google to like feature your ad, you would reply these comments because you're trying to sell this ad. They're just keeping quiet. I'm really disappointed. As a company, I'm disappointed.
Like, people obviously have questions and concerns.
Yeah.
Answer them. What are you doing?
Right when we're buzzing with it.
Perfect, point to,
Exactly.
get some thoughts out there.
Yeah,
so,
which is why I should praise Google, because like you have adverts on TV, and as a company, sometimes I think the love and value of adverts is way overpriced. Like if I'm gonna advertise my thing, I don't even know if it's really gonna do anything. I'm just doing it with hopes. With YouTube, you can get your feedback and do something with it.
Exactly. Like that's the benefit of it. So why not use it? It's so dumb.
Very disappointing.
So I heard there was an interesting thing that happened with ads on YouTube recently.
Yeah.
So MKBHD, who we covered in a previous episode.
I bet you can't remember the number.
Ooh.
It's definitely season 2.
Yeah. 17.
Science
I'm
and
gonna say 17.
Good number. Science and technology. Look it up.
But so we covered him. He's basically just a tech reviewer. And what happened was he posted a review of the OnePlus phone.
Oh yeah.
Right? So he posted his review, and what happened was OnePlus paid for that video to be an advert. So
slow down. They paid him.
No. So they paid YouTube for his video to be an advert.
Wow.
Okay, so this it does result in him getting money because firstly his view count goes up massively. It's now his most watched
it's
video.
an embedded video, not like they copied it and used it as their own.
No. It's weird the way it works. Basically, the video sits on YouTube on his channel, right?
Gotcha.
But what they did is they just kind of they paid the money and claimed it as an advert, which means that it gets featured on the homepage of YouTube, right? Like you saw with your Nest ads, okay?
Gotcha.
So, and it also gets at the bottom of the video, it gets a little icon that says advert. And what that means is that they've obviously paid money, but every time it gets played now, MKBHD will get money, and it's got now the most views out of any of his videos.
Does it really?
Yeah, because it's been pushed to the front because it's getting showed on the homepage. Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
so,
very good.
But here's the weird thing. So he tweeted about this, and he was saying, "Oh, this is it's obviously great because I'm getting loads of views on this video, but it's also weird. Like they should have come and spoken to me and said, because apparently companies can literally just do this and they don't need to tell you that they're doing it.
Okay.
So obviously they're not doing anything negative to you.
Yeah.
But his point, which I agree with, is that it's a bit weird because his videos are all, he never takes sponsorships because he needs to be, he prides himself on being unbiased.
Yeah.
So his videos are known for being unbiased. He gives this unbiased review, but at the bottom it has an icon that says ad. Yeah. And it's like, it looks a bit weird. That's all. It's just a bit weird.
And because of that, he has no way to give an explanation because it was done without his permission.
Exactly. Yeah. So he was like, I'm fine with it. It's perfectly legal for them to do it. It is.
Yeah.
But, I just wish they kind of came to me and said like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
We're just doing this.
Yeah. And funny enough, we'll talk about it like later on in this podcast about how YouTube can do things without your permission, which is funny enough because it also kind of covers
MKBHD.
Yeah. Marcus.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll cover about that. But that is weird.
It's weird. I just never knew that they could do that. Like, what is up with that? That's so. I never knew they could do that. It's strange.
If you
it's
think
cool,
about
though.
it,
It's great.
Yeah. If you think about it, also it makes sense why, but it doesn't make sense why they haven't told us that they can. Because at the end of the day, we're putting it on YouTube. It kind of belongs to YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. But I just think even though that's true and it's again legal for them to do it, there should be a process where they go through and say, "Hey, YouTuber, we want to pay for
or
your."
By the
thing.
way, we've told Google, soz.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
a little message.
Just a heads up.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like in universities, kind of like the Facebook movie. If I study at that uni and I make a great idea, it belongs to the uni, and if that uni does something with it, you would expect them to have at least told you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, or a different icon instead of just saying ad, be like, I don't know, a different icon, like stolen ad.
Yeah. ST. A big warning sign of yellow.
Yeah. So what else have you been looking at this week?
Yeah, just some minor stuff. So there's a channel called IGN. They do like game reviews. They've been around for ages.
They're huge. They're like huge. The biggest game review site there is, and they're
still
years.
going strong. Normally, big ones peak because one, game journalism goes down with the more gameplay videos we see on YouTube, but they still go strong. But the one thing that's been happening to them, much like Machinima, which we've covered also, they're just a company where their main presenters seem to leave. And
well, it's just because it's
that
a
would
company.
always happen.
That's the way it happens,
But it just made me think, one, because they leave because they the presenter themselves gets a following. So when they basically get attached to the presenter, that presenter gets followers. That presenter thinks, "Oh, I'll just make my own channel.
Hey, I'm my own person now."
Exactly, and these people will follow me when I leave. And one, it never really works out for the presenter. So the two people I'm talking about is Kylie. Wow, terrible with their names. Naomi Kyle, who's been at IGN for ages, and now Alana Pierce, and she's featured in like Rooster Teeth videos and Funhouse and stuff like that.
So they both just left?
Yeah,
IGN.
Yeah.
Oh.
Both for the same reasons, like there was no growth, and I want to kind of develop myself and my channel and all that. But after they've left, they haven't been doing too good in views. So it just makes me wonder, and it also hurts IGN as well. So it just made me think about what is actually better for two sides of both parties in this. And I don't think there's an answer to it, but it's just sad that that's just how YouTube would work. For a company, that is. Because at the end of the day, we support the presenter rather than the channel. But it's a weird
exactly.
One. It is a weird one.
But what do you like about the IGN channel anyway?
I think I like that they stay true to what they do. Like short videos that just keep us up to date with the gaming news.
Because it's kind of a meme that IGN is really bad at reviewing games.
Yeah, or they're biased, or just like you were saying with Marcus Brownlee, they can smell there's money in like give us a good score. Like, or talk about
the latest Assassin's Creed. It was really janky. It was terrible. Really buggy. Not that much fun. 10 out of 10. IGN.
Yeah.
That's the meme.
The game is exactly like the one last year, but with IGN, it's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's just like, I don't know. It's like a lot of the time to me anyway, it seems like they go on how much money has this game spent to get made equals the score.
Yeah.
Basically.
So the only reason why I've been watching is I have a YouTuber, or let's say presenter, called Max Scoville, and he was on another YouTube channel called Rev3 Games with a guy I like called Adam Sessler, and they were a very fair channel. They did reviews perfectly, and then that channel kind of died because it just ended funding and all that. I never thought I would see him on IGN. Basically, really? It's like I don't want to say he's sold out, but he was away for some months. He was away for some months. LA rent ain't cheap. So I think he's. You
don't want to say he sold out, but that's what he did.
Yeah, I love the guy, but I'm surprised.
Hey, I mean, I don't. When I say sell out, hey, no problems. You got to make a living.
Yeah. The last thing that I've been watching is, which I'll probably talk about when we get into Instagram TV, but so I love Logan Paul, but he doesn't vlog anymore. So there's a house down the road where his ex-finers and friends live. You got Kylie, her boyfriend Mark, and then George Janko. They are now kind of vlogging. Oh, yeah. They're not pros. They don't really do it, but now they're just trying it, and it's actually I really enjoy watching them. Not try because they're not terrible, but I just like seeing the early stages of them going somewhere.
It's kind of fun watching people that aren't that well practiced.
Yeah, and they're being honest. They're less about money and views and all that. And they all live in the same house, so they all feature in each other's. And honestly, I'm just enjoying it a lot.
That's cool. So this week I've kind of been, I've been trying a few different things. So firstly, I've been away on holiday. I was in the French Alps, so mostly I was just hiking around, so not really like YouTube watching, But one thing I did was for the plane journey, I downloaded a bunch of videos.
Oh, because you got that YouTube Premium.
Exactly. I'm still on that trial, baby. And it was great. I mean, it was cool.
Let's just talk about YouTube Premium for like another hour, and maybe maybe YouTube will put us on like the big ad.
So that was useful. But mostly what I've been watching is iDubbbz. Again, I told you last week that I was on like a bit of a binge watching.
I didn't think it would last this long. I'm impressed.
He's got a lot of old videos. He's been around a while. So I've been watching him, but I've also been watching his friends. So some Filthy Frank, who we covered, and also Max Mofo, who does kind of similar stuff. But he also, one of the things he does is he always opens up Pokemon cards. Like, he loves Pokemon. They're actually really entertaining videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like genuinely always quite funny. Just 'cause he's, kind of offensive, but not offensive, but I don't know, he's just kind of funny, but doesn't care kind of way.
I see.
So other than that, I tried this thing where I basically, I went on the homepage of YouTube.
Yeah.
I clicked the first video that came up.
Yeah.
It was a Max Mofo video. So the very top left video recommended, and I just let it run on AutoPlay.
On AutoPlay.
So so basically went to that, and then it watched some iDubbbz stuff, some Filthy Frank stuff, and a few other kind of related videos. All good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but then what happened? It went from Filthy Frank. It went to Joji. Joji is Filthy Frank, the same person.
Yeah.
And then it went to Joji on, the Hot Ones show.
Oh, right. The one where they have hot wings for even harder questions.
Yeah.
It's a good channel.
Yeah. It is a good channel, but they just eat hot wings and interview the person.
Yeah.
And it was like, how on YouTube you can do seasons of stuff?
Yeah.
So it's like season 1, episode 2.
I'm seeing a lot more of that. Not just because of Jake Paul.
So here's the thing. Once it got into that first video, which was season 2, episode 1 or something. Oh my gosh,
it just went episode 4,
the autoplay just went, literally, I was skipping through them because I didn't want to listen to it. Literally 10 videos in a row of Hot Ones interviews.
That's a sad loop to find itself in.
Yeah, and I was like, well,
it makes sense because if the first video you clicked was episode 1.
Yeah, if I was like, right, I'm here, I've clicked a Hot Ones video, this is what I'm watching. But if I've come via autoplay, don't give me more. This actually brings me back to something I said before, but YouTube's recommendation system is just not very good.
Yeah.
That's honestly what I think.
I think it would suit music better. Because it would just find the featured names.
It's not good at music either.
Spotify. You start at Green Day and end up in Bad Baby.
From my experience, yeah, basically, yeah. But from my experience, it's not good at music. I don't think it's good at recommending videos either. Like, what are you doing there? That's not what I want to watch. That's just, hey, this is in a series which we've fed you, randomly.
And
so
now you're locked in.
Now you're locked in. Like, that's it. That's not good. They need to improve this. And obviously, again, it makes sense, obviously, why now people put things in seasons with episodes.
So you don't leave.
So you never leave, because you can't. You're in a forever infinite loop.
Yeah, but who really... I guess a lot of people use autoplay, but...
No, it's not that people use it. It's people will use it by accident, Because you're just sat there and like, hey, another video's popped up and it's quite good. I'll just keep watching. It's good for the view time.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is if you didn't have autoplay... would it be that same video in the right corner?
Mm-hmm.
So AutoPlay is not like a playlist.
No, see,
playlist finder.
AutoPlay, you always have that video like recommended
you
to
would
watch
have
next,
it there regardless.
and AutoPlay just plays it on its own. That's all it does. So yes,
That is sad to know.
It was a bit disappointing, actually. I was hoping to find some new interesting stuff that way. Like, YouTube is not, when I say it's not good at recommendations, it's not good at helping you find new stuff.
It's not helping us do our podcast.
No, yeah. Like, even the ones before, where the Hot Ones interviews, it was all people I'd already watched. And obviously, yes,
which it could easily work with our history.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, because obviously, I've watched these guys. YouTube knows I like them, whatever. But give me something new. Like, Spotify gives me a weekly Discover playlist. So this stuff is similar. Other people have been listening to this.
Yeah, just steal the code.
Literally, just take it.
Do you know who owns Spotify?
It's owned by no one. It's owned by Spotify.
Oh, really? No, like Facebook.
No. It's all on its own for now.
I see.
Well, I suppose investors own it because they're so far in
YouTube
debt.
be like, when it doesn't work for us, we just steal it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or buy it, I guess.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I want them to improve it. I want them to do better.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But then that does bring on that point that we were going to say about, it's a brief one, but about how YouTube were trying to make thumbnails work automatically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this came up in the news recently, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a small percentage of YouTubers, but it's a small percentage. It's a big number because there's a lot of YouTube channels out there.
Yeah, so what they did was they started to just replace the normal thumbnails that people had obviously created themselves and put on videos with auto-generated thumbnails done by the algorithm. Now, I'm going to actually say I'm against the giant uproar about this.
Yeah. I think it's good, but YouTube are just they're not ready to do it. They're not skilled.
Yeah, they're not skilled enough, but they just don't communicate well enough. Like, just because if someone spent time making thumbnails that they know are good.
Thumbnail artist, new occupation at uni.
Literally is so, yeah. Then they're not going to be happy if you replace their thumbnail with some crappy auto-generated
And I'm assuming the reason why it is a good thing also is now we can get a bit more truth because they're going to replace it with something in the actual footage. The only problem is by trying it, you can hinder someone's views for the period you tried it for. And they said it was for like a month, but a month is a long time.
Exactly, yeah. So they should have just told people that they were doing it.
Communicate.
Exactly. YouTube is the worst at that. But other than that, it is a good thing because a lot of people don't have the time or money or know-how to make their own thumbnails. So if they improve the automation... I want to meet
that guy. Like, what do I do? Do I use Microsoft Paint? Where do I put the red arrow?
Whoa, David. What do you do for your thumbnails on your channel?
So moving on. So there's, so you know how I mentioned I've been talking about Kylie Ray and Mark and basically the House of Ex-Finers. So I watched the recent episode, I think on Kylie's channel, and so but Mark has the most subs. Kylie, his girlfriend, and George are like newbies. So he sat them down and it's like, all right, YouTube 101. To make a good thumbnail, what should you ask yourselves? 1, the audience only has 2 ways they can find out what your video is. 1, do your thumbnail. 2, do your title. Why would you make them say the same thing?
It's actually a good point.
It's a good point.
It is a good point.
And so it's just telling them, if your thing is, car crash last week, in the thumbnail, don't put a car crash and a question mark. Put something else. So it's like, leaves the viewer. It was just really hilarious because I believe that as silly as it is, these YouTubers do it.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah.
It was really good.
Okay, so apart from that, I've been rocking on the YouTube Premium some more, and I've tried out a couple of YouTube Originals. So we've kind of...
fresh content.
Yeah, we kind of ripped on them before for being bad, and to be honest, they kind of are. There's nothing good I've seen so far, but the 2 things I watched some of were... the Sidemen, and Mind City. So the Sidemen is with a bunch of different YouTubers. There's like 7 of them, and it includes KSI, who's the biggest one. But overall,
are they all British?
Yeah, they're all British. So basically, it actually started out, they were just friends hanging out in YouTube videos, and then it got made into a series for YouTube original. Combined together, they have like 50 million subs.
Yeah, it's better than Team 10.
Which is better than Team... Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be at this point right now.
Well, yeah, but even with the old people, they all have like 2 or 3 million.
Yeah.
So if 50 is the thing you're beating...
I mean, KSI has more than Jake anyway, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So KSI is like 18 or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so basically, it's them just going around doing stunts and stuff, but it's all really... contrived, really set up.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, exactly. As soon as I saw the thumbnails, and it's all about thumbnails.
It is, though.
And the titles, I was like, no.
Yeah,
I can tell. I can tell.
It's really quite cringy. But basically, what happens is they go to a place. So in the first episode, they fly to Morocco. They meet Steve-O from Jackass, and he's
cool.
like, "I'm gonna need you. You guys gotta do some stunts for me. You're gonna need to go and buy stuff in the market," and then it's them going around the market.
Like a
then they come
chase.
back, and they come back and do some stunts, and I don't know. It's just kind of
screaming when falling off the skateboard.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, because all these YouTubers, they're all the same type of YouTuber, which is a Logan Paul, Jake Paul type YouTuber, just vlogs, ridiculous thumbnails, and overreacting to every little thing that happens.
Yeah.
When they're all in a room together, it's so annoying. It's just like somebody makes a joke and they're all just like, ah,
it's all
like
carbon copied.
Ah, just like ridiculous, over the top laughing, talking over one
there's
another.
an audience that love that.
I know.
Because it's like, I just wish I was part of that house.
Ugh.
Rather than this house is interesting.
It was, the whole thing was cringy jokes.
I fell for it with Team 10. I don't know if I looked back at those videos, it would actually be interesting. But at the time, I fell for it.
Ugh. But yeah, so I didn't enjoy it too much. The second one was Mind. What did I call it?
So wait,
Mind
the
Share.
Sidemen bit was a premium thing, or they have a show that's strictly premium.
It's a premium thing. So the other one was Mind Field, and that's with Vsauce. So Vsauce is like a kind of sciencey sort of guy, and the reason I watched this video was because there's basically his whole season is going through trying different things in science. It's kind of a bit Mythbusters-y, a little bit. Like, does this thing really work?
Is it just him?
Yeah, it's just him, yeah.
Nice.
And it's actually kind of good. It's actually okay. It's quite interesting. So this one, it was about, one of the things he did in it was take truth serum.
Nice. You see, I would actually want to know.
Exactly, yeah. So, because truth serum is like, oh, come on, you see that in the movies. There's no way.
They should totally give that to IGN.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 10 out of... Oh, no, I didn't mean it. All right, it's terrible. It sucks.
I didn't want to play. I never played it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. So, okay, let me tell you about the truth serum.
All right.
So, obviously, you see it in the movies, and it's like, come on, how could that really work?
Yeah.
I don't buy it. I don't believe it. Mm-hmm. And he was given it. It was basically, they made a game out of it. Like, the person interviewing him was trying to get bits of information out of him. So, one, what his occupation is. Yeah. Obviously, he's a YouTuber. And two, what his sister's name is.
Fair.
So, it's really interesting how it works. Basically, it doesn't make you tell the truth. It just makes you really kind of, almost like you're drunk. But it just makes you really kind of loose, open, just totally living in the moment. So It's difficult to lie because you're so kind of caught up in reality and what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But they don't just come out and say, David, what's your sister's name? Okay?
Yeah.
They are quite kind of tricky with it. So you obviously get really high, basically. And then they say things like, what she did was she said, So what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Give me the answer.
I don't like ice cream.
Okay. Oh boy.
Fine.
I see you had some interrogation practice there.
Clearly. It's from my last YouTube
Okay, what's your
scandal.
favorite flavor of pizza?
I would get Hawaiian. Sure, why not?
Oh, David, why'd you have to say that?
Because my sister likes it and her name is...
We're gonna get... yeah. We're gonna get so much hate online now for the Hawaiian.
I actually didn't mean Hawaiian. It's just the only thing I could think of.
Okay, I like Hawaiian too, but just don't rip on us, okay? Just try it. Anyway.
Without the pineapple.
So then they go... oh, okay, cool. So your sister Jenny, what's her favorite type of pizza?
I see what you did there.
And then the person's like, oh, my sister's name's not Jenny, or you know, oh no, Margaret's favorite pizza is also Hawaiian.
Yeah. Well, what you talk about, Willis?
Yeah. So they kind of try and confuse you a little bit.
Them.
Yeah, they try and confuse you a bit, and yeah, he was quite good at resisting. He's very strong-willed, they said, but they got the information out of him eventually. Well, not even eventually, it didn't really take that long. But the other interesting thing is, once you're all high, really doped up, like he was almost falling asleep, there's literally an antidote. You take it and you instantly are back to normal.
Instantly.
Literally, instantly. It's
and you
like
have recollection of what happened.
He said it was a bit hazy, and there was parts towards the end when he really kind of sunk in and hit him that he didn't remember at all. So it's kind of interesting because it's kind of is like being drunk, but you wake up like that,
just like that.
Yeah. So there's a few episodes of that. It's quite good actually. Got to say, it's quite interesting.
Nice. It's not enough though for you to pay for premium.
It's not enough to pay for it, no. I mean, it's not at all. That's the thing. So the other thing that I did was, after watching Sidemen, I watched a couple of KSI videos.
Sure.
Because to be honest, I give him a lot of crap because I don't like him at all. I think he's so annoying.
Yeah,
I don't like
fair.
his voice.
But
I was like, okay, hey, I'll give him another go. No, terrible. Terrible.
What video did you
Cringy. There was one posted a few days ago, coming home. You know it's coming home meme.
Oh, he's got one of those.
Yeah, he named it Meme Review as well, which is PewDiePie's show. But whatever, who cares?
Hey, what are you doing?
Nobody
there,
cares about
KSI?
stealing anyway. But yeah, it was just cringy. It was a lot of like him dancing, cringily. It was just awful. I couldn't stand it.
I've seen some of his old videos, and they are no better.
Exactly. I'm sorry if you like KSI, but...
Hey, we're about to find out when they have this UK press conference.
So one of the things he said in his video was, or I found in another video of his, was they're actually making a movie about his Joe Weller fight, and also partly about the prep for the fight with Logan. Yeah. So...
Which Logan is doing as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Making a movie?
Yeah, documentary, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, wow.
So I think Philip DeFranco said these guys are smart. They're making money regardless of what the outcome of the fight is. They've made them money.
Exactly. Like they're absolutely milking it.
Yeah.
I mean, well done.
There's gonna be that Shane Dawson documentary footage of like, hey, in October or whatever, KSI and Logan having a beer. Like, I got a great idea.
Yeah. But so basically, it came up in his video because the movie just got picked up by Sony, and it's already out for pre-order on like Amazon and a couple of others. But yeah, it's like £9. It's
that's ridiculous.
It just I don't
know. He's got subs. I'm sure people will buy it. I would never.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. He's gonna make some money out of it.
But the cockiness, though, I'll give him that. Like, if you lose, how stupid is that?
Do you know that? What did I tell you the title?
No, I've never really would watch a KSI video, but I watched the video where he said, "Logan, you should watch this," and he covers it.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So the title of his movie is "Can't Lose,"
but he has phrased it in a way that it's like, I can't lose, but
I
may lose, but my mindset is that I can't.
Lame.
It's
lame.
He's trying. He tried. He did marketing. He got like a 2-2.
Did he actually?
No, I'm just saying that's what a 2-2 would get you.
Yeah. Well, I got a 2-1, baby, marketing.
Hey, maybe we should hire you. You should be part of the Sidemen.
Ooh, no, thank you.
Just the marketing.
Pass.
Just thumbnail. I really want to just be a thumbnail director, not even designer.
Dude, it's worth it. It's worth money.
I might actually put that on LinkedIn. Who cares?
Yeah. So yeah, that's been basically my week, pretty much.
Not bad.
So I've been trying to, like I said, the reason for doing the autoplay thing was I was trying to branch out. That's why I watched the originals. That's why I watched KSI. But YouTube, if you watch like quite a lot of YouTube, it gets more and more restricted on what it gives you. So it's like, okay, you're putting me more and more in my bubble. So dumb. Like, help me find good stuff.
Yeah.
And if you scroll on your homepage, you get like 10 recommended videos, but then all the rest are like latest uploads from this person you watch all the time. Latest uploads from this person you watch all the time. Videos about this person you watch all the time.
Yeah, it's like YouTube's in the past. It thinks it has to give you more of the same to keep you. Like, we're not going anywhere. It's not a competitor. So just give me something that makes me even happier to be on YouTube.
Just there's so much content getting posted every day. Help me surface the stuff that is interesting to me. You know, on Spotify, going back to it, they are so much better at recommending stuff. You find guys that have, 1,000, 2,000 listens on each one of their songs, and that's been recommended to me by Spotify. That's awesome. Anyway,
grow up, YouTube.
Grow up.
On that note, though, so I've been using IGTV, and then I have some complaints, but I know it's early days, so I can't really complain.
So give us the rundown real quick of what it is.
This app is like pretty much, you just go on it, and the first thing you see is kind of like the explore thing on the actual Instagram thing. So you've just got your popular videos.
So just like a wall of videos.
Yeah,
basically.
You just scroll through the.
It's all
the
video
bottom.
as well.
Yeah. And I do like the vertical thing. It's nice to have a full screen, especially when you got a Galaxy S9. So you see it full screen. It's all vertical, and you just swipe through, kind of like the story thing again on Instagram. I personally think Instagram TV should have just sat on Instagram. There was no need for a second.
No. There is a need business-wise because they want to make it its own thing.
They can start throwing different types of ads on, maybe.
Yeah. They want it to take. It wants to be a YouTube competitor.
Yeah.
But they don't want to screw up the original
that
Instagram
is fair,
experience.
But at the same time, they should do it well enough that it doesn't like completely throw everyone away. Because I don't use it. I can't use it.
Yeah.
I can't search well enough. It's terrible. The search is
Really?
terrible. Finding what I want is ridiculous, especially when they haven't done an Instagram TV video. But I want to know that. There's no feedback on it. So basically, long story short, what I do is I now use collections, which is where you can like put people or photos or videos on your Instagram app. And through those collections, I've made a collection called Instagram TV.
Really?
And those are all the posts from people who I want to watch Instagram TV from.
Oh,
and then by doing that, I just click it on Instagram, and then it automatically goes to Instagram TV.
This is so dumb.
The only way it would work, but this may be hitting my OCD bit, is I would have to follow loads of people and then just wait to see when they post. But sometimes you don't want to follow them. You just want to know this. Yeah, basically, it's got no YouTube home. That's what it's like.
Yeah. So I think they're getting themselves, like you said, why does it necessarily need to be a separate thing? I see why it needs to be, but they're obviously getting themselves confused by the things being separated, but very closely tied together.
Yeah.
Because it's the same people, the same account, everything's the same, but it's a separate app. So it's like, either make it separate or just make it the same thing. Exactly. Otherwise, you could become this thing where it's confusing, and you have to like do all these workarounds to make it do what you want.
The balance is not great.
Stupid.
You got to keep the people, but you also have to separate it, and they haven't done that well. But I'll give them credit though. If you click Instagram TV on an Instagram app, so if I go on Mark Dona's channel and I just click his, those little circles at the bottom, I forget what they're actually called, where you can like have your highlights or whatever. If you click it, it is seamless speed to go to the Instagram app, Instagram TV app.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's weird. It's almost like I'm probably still in Instagram. I don't know how they've done that.
It might be. It actually might be.
I think it might be, which again made me feel when you should have just had it in the same app.
When you click one, it launches both secretly in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is so quick, and then the moment you back out, you're back. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
They've
I'll
obviously
give them,
put work in for that.
Yeah,
so
they definitely have. That's really quick. Is it gonna beat YouTube and all that? Kerfuffle and news like, oh, this is finally a competitor for YouTube? No way.
To be honest, like I don't. That has been said a lot. Oh, it's a competitor to YouTube. They're trying to kill it. They're coming after YouTube. I just don't think that's true. I mean, it's completely. Firstly,
if anything, it's trying to beat Snapchat.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a different kind of thing. It's for casual, quick, not really very. How do you put it? Like, not very content or production heavy content.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube is more, effort, series, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas the IGTV is much more what's happening right now. Again, Snapchat is more closer to Snapchat.
Yeah. But the surprising thing, I'll just conclude with this, is with every new thing. New YouTube comes out, Twitch comes out. There's always that guy, It's like the most popular, the most views.
Oh yeah,
I still don't see it.
Oh, really?
It's probably a mistake to this whole homepage of not giving me, like, it's got a popular section, but it's not giving me who's like the top dog. And because it's so fresh and new, the amount of views. So like Mark Donor, who just would get about under 1 million views on a typical video, which is actually pretty good because he's got like 2 million followers. On these people who are getting views on Instagram TV, they are really high.
Oh, really?
It's like there's not that many options, so they're just easily found.
Yeah,
so there needs to be this top dog who's just gonna steal all the views.
It could be you.
I have no ideas yet, but I'm just surprised it's taken this long. There's normally that guy, but there will be.
Damn. Okay, cool. Well, I think that wraps it up for this week's episode. We'll be back at you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. every week.
Nice.
With the next episode. Don't know what it's going to be on yet.
No idea.
Follow us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Shout out again to the SoundCloud crew. Thank you for listening. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on SoundCloud as well. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you guys.
See ya.